So think about it. If something that you can tell with your own senses, they're lying to you about, and you believe them, not you, but people, that you believe them, that they're you know what I mean? Like it's a prison mindset. They're gonna if people allow them to continue to keep them in this mindset, dude, like they're obviously they're hiding something that's huge, right? Because it's actually something you should be able to discover on your own. But anyways,
Right.
like I can't speculate too much on that Spectre Deflector because it gets into like different aspects of like what people believe, and that's the thing that you can't tell somebody what to believe. They believe whatever they believe on that side of things. They can believe that the Earth has a dome and shields underneath and all this stuff, but then again, you can come back around and say, okay, I need you to verify this for me. And if they can't do it, then it's not empirical evidence. It's just something they believe. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Yep. But I've never had a problem with people and their beliefs. Like if they want to continue believing the Earth is a globe, by all means, have a nice life. But at the same time, if they don't ever challenge themselves, they're never going to know the truth. They're always going to stay stuck in that prison mindset because that's exactly where they want you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want you to think, and that's the thing. A person who can critically think is dangerous because then you start to like realize that the thing that you're actually witnessing is reality, is self-evident, you know?
Yeah.
Stuff that should make sense. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Agree.
so
But for me, sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. No, I interrupted you.
Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, for me though, it's like I know that it's a flat plane. I know that they've been lying to us like all that much, as you know, right? But the thing now for me, it's I want to know what I want to know the whole thing. Now I want to know what's up there. I want to know why we're here. I want that next step. And you said that you don't even know yourself what's up there. None of us do. That's the thing. Like, how do you where do you find this information to know for sure?
All
Like,
right,
how
so
are we meant to
like I said,
get to that
I
level?
describe I don't push beliefs on anyone. This is my own personal journey, right? What I understand.
Right.
Far beyond empirical evidence of what I understand. So I ascribe to a biblical cosmology. So I do think that there's a firmament above our head, but I wouldn't say I can't claim it as in a positive claim. I could say that the antecedent for gas pressure would be a container. So beyond
Right.
that, I don't know what the container is made of. I don't know its physical composition. I couldn't tell you how far, how wide it is. I can only say that because of the biblical cosmology, there's a lot of things that fall in line with what I understand reality to be outside of what we can empirically verify. But I can't talk about it in the sense of like, this is what it is because it's a belief, right? So for me personally, I ascribe to the biblical cosmology because to me it makes sense. And I won't get into detail about it, but I will tell you that's as much as I know it to be as far as my belief goes. But as far as empirically verifying information, I can say easily it's flat, it's stationary, and we live inside a contained system for sure, absolutely 100%. Otherwise, the laws of nature would not abide. None of it would abide.
Christian? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I mean
Maybe,
that's
maybe I can give you my version. Jin CBR1 here.
sure.
How you doing, everyone?
Subject.
In my position, I would, for me, the next stage is once I've realised, now I realise it, now that we are living on a stationary, flat plane, beautiful flat Earth, I want everyone else to get on board with the reality of that. So that's my next stage is trying to get everyone on board. That's it. That's that. Then let's say we achieve that. Then the next step is to use the military that we have to go out and search and see what there is in the expanse, how far this ice wall, this expanse goes. Maybe we'll encounter the container. Okay, we spent so much money on this military stuff. Let's get out there, use them in all directions. 80 directions. Let's go have a look. That would be my next plan. So citizens won't be able to go just yet for the dangers that there may be, but the military are trained for that, let them go out there and bring back the information every step of the way. And then once that's been achieved, if there is a barrier there, some kind of container, then we know. Then we can organise ourselves and we can all go and have a look. Okay, that's what I mean by next stage. And by that I mean, but if I'm able to achieve that, that means obviously the cancerous governmental systems have been removed. Obviously, that means we've had a revolution. That's what that means. We've had a revolution. We've cleaned that house. People are living the lives they want, and now the good people in control are using the military to explore this earth that we haven't been able to explore. If you can understand what I mean. I've finished.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree with you. Yeah.
But there needs to
Thank you very much.
It needs to reach critical mass, in order for that to. And Jen's talking about, like, first thing we got to do is enlighten everybody with the ability to critically think about the earth around them, and they can't even. They can't even do that, man. Like that's we're struggling for people to actually realize and hoodwink. So why do you think we're in here day in and day out? We care about humanity. We care about the people that are being lied to, and we're talking to them. We're teaching them the ways to quit, and not just for us, but the future generations to come.
Yeah.
To think about things. Like, it's important, right? You don't want somebody to just believe somebody. You want to investigate. If they just finish saying that the earth is moving under your feet, well, what can we do to figure this out? That it's not. There's a vestibular system in your inner ear, that tells you how to, like, your balance is very sensitive to, like, movement. I mean, there's different ways that you could look at it, how you can critically think about the agenda, right, of what they're saying.
Yeah.
And kind of stay on the path of truth, where you got objective reality on your side, where that can't be argued with. I always say that even if they say, well, I agree to disagree, I don't think so. It doesn't work that way, pal. You're going to either be wrong or right. That's it. There's no I agree to disagree or nothing like that. You're either going to know that it's the truth, or you're going to reject the truth. And then you're going to walk away saying, I just want to stay stuck in my belief. Well, that's fine. Go ahead. Doesn't bother anyone here. But although we're giving you something to think about, challenge your mind.
So I want to ask you something. Do you think that before, like, the globe thing came up in the 14th century? Do you think before the 14th century, like around that time, do you think the average Joe knew, like, were they taught, like with the earth? Like, do you think they knew what this place was back then? And everyone just, everyone, obviously they're all dead now. They all died, old age, stuff like that. It's a generation past us. You think back then, is there evidence to point back then that that they knew exactly what this place was back then?
Yeah,
I know that they.
Yeah, does anybody have the cosmologies of the world, like the ancient